Hello, this is Stefan again from schristoph.online. Today we'll talk about my latest blog post, Post-Quantum Crypto is Here, and what it means on AWS. Post-Quantum Cryptography stopped being a research paper topic. The reason to care today is harvest now, decrypt later, and the practical move is not a rushed migration, it is crypto agility. This is part 3 of the Whiteboard to Cloud series. The cleanest explainer I have seen of the thread model is Computerfile's whiteboard walkthrough. You don't need lattice math. Most public key cryptography protecting data in transit rests on problems that would fall to a large quantum computer running Shor's algorithm. The part people miss is the timeline. Harvest now, decrypt later means an adversary records your encrypted traffic today and decrypts it once such a machine exists. So you might ask, isn't this just fear-mongering? No quantum computer can break RSA today. Correct? And the post says so. The argument doesn't depend on a quantum computer existing today, it depends on recorded traffic. The only judgment call is how long a given secret must stay secret. If that's 2 years, ignore it. If it's 15, the clock already started. For years, post-quantum cryptography lived in competition drafts that ended in August 2024, when NIST published the first 3 finalized standards. FIPS 203 ML-KEM for key exchange, FIPS 204 ML-DSA, the general purpose signature scheme, and FIPS 205 SLH-DSA, a hash-based alternative. A 4th is still in development. Finalized FIPS numbers matter for procurement and compliance. Vendors can now implement against a fixed target. Let me switch to the primary source. This is NIST's Post-Quantum Cryptography project page. It is the authority for the finalized standards, FIPS 203, 204, and 205. And the status of the 4th, FIPS 206. The attribution matters, these are NIST standards and AWS implements against them. Anchor your plan on what NIST has actually finalized, not on a vendor summary. Here is the migration path, top to bottom. Classical key exchange, RSA or ECDH. Then hybrid, classical plus ML-KEM. Then full post-quantum, hybrid is the middle rung on purpose. Running a classical algorithm and a post-quantum one together keeps the connection at least as strong as the classical one if the new algorithm has an undiscovered weakness while already defending against recorded traffic attacks. It is the low-regret step. Here is the concrete part. The clearest place AWS post-quantum support shows up today is AWS KMS in 2 distinct ways. You can make your calls to KMS over hybrid post-quantum TLS, which uses ML-KEM through the S2Intels library, and KMS supports ML-DSA FIPS 204 for post-quantum digital signatures, generally available since June 2025, with keys held in FIPS 143 validated hardware security modules. One caveat worth stating plainly. AWS supports post-quantum cryptography is true and specific, not blanket. The support is in KMS, and the hybrid TLS path is currently constrained to Linux and SDKs built on the AWS common runtime, such as the Java 2x SDK service-by-service coverage is expanding, so treat the official documentation as the source of truth for the service and runtime you actually use. Here are the KMS docs for ML-DSA keys. You create an asymmetric key with an ML-DSA key spec, ML-DSA 44, 65, or 87, and use the normal sign and verify APIs. The private key is generated and held in a FIPS 143 security level 3 HSM and never leaves KMS unencrypted. This is what you reach for to sign code or documents that must stay verifiable for many years. And your data at rest is already in good shape. When KMS encrypts data under a key, it uses AES 256 GCM, symmetric cryptography, that is already considered quantum resistant. The best known quantum attack, Grover's algorithm, roughly halves the effective key strengths, so 256-bit AES retains about 128 bits, which keeps brute force infeasible. The urgency is on the public key, in transit and signing side, not symmetric encryption at rest. If a full migration is not the action item, what is crypto agility? Being able to change cryptographic algorithms without re-architecting the system around them. 3 steps, highest impact first. Inventory your long-lived secrets, the data that must outlast a decade. Prioritized by secrecy lifetime, not by fear. And turn on hybrid post-quantum TLS where it's available, while exercising the signing path so it is familiar before you depend on it. On the how-to side, ML-DSA keys are first-class asymmetric KMS keys. You pick a security level via the key spec, a single create key call with an ML-DSA 65 spec, and sign verify usage gives you a post-quantum signing key, and you sign with the normal KMS sign API. Hybrid post-quantum TLS lives in the SDK and runtime configuration, not your application logic. None of this requires a quantum computer to exist. And here are the docs for hybrid post-quantum TLS to KMS. They give the exact client setup, and they state the scope plainly. The hybrid cipher suites work on Linux and AWS common runtime SDKs, and KMS accepts them on all endpoints, including the FIPS 143 validated ones. This is the harvest now, decrypt-later defense for your traffic to KMS available today. Post-quantum cryptography is here in the sense that matters for planning. The standards are finalized, the recorded traffic thread is real for long-lived secrets, and the cloud building blocks are shipping. It is not here in the sense of a quantum computer breaking RSA tomorrow. The measured move is crypto agility. Inventory, prioritize, and adopt the building blocks that already exist. That is a plan you can start this quarter on infrastructure you already run. Thanks for listening. I hope this was helpful. If so, you can reach out on LinkedIn directly or head to my blog at schristoph.online. Let's keep in touch. Take care.